Hello everyone, we got ourselves another Prager University video here. This one is on how to grow the middle class. Should be interesting. Let's see.
If Democrats and Republicans can agree on anything, it's stagnating wages. Median family income dropped from $57,790 in 2000 to $56,516 in 2015. To address the problem, some have pushed to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. But only 1.7% of the 77 million hourly employees even earn the minimum wage. And just 395,000 are over the age of 25 and earning entry-level wages for entry-level work, like cashiers and waiters. What activists don't tell you is that raising the entry-level wage increases labor costs for small business owners, making it harder for them to keep employees and hire new ones. This makes it harder for younger employees to gain the skills they need to climb the career ladder and earn much higher incomes.
That's not entirely true. What PragerU over here is saying is their advocacy of entry-level work for entry-level workers, that would have made sense had we been in the 60s. So for example, in the 60s and the 50s and even the 70s, it wasn't unusual to see teenagers, for example, or high school kids working at, say, McDonald's, okay, because that was considered an entry-level job. Today, thanks to Reaganomics, where the income and the resources of this country were redistributed from the people at the bottom to the people at the top. Now you see 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds working at places like McDonald's, Burger King, grocery stores, and so on. So that's why nowadays jobs like McDonald's, although they are menial jobs, they're not considered entry level, so to speak. So it's not, PragerU isn't really being totally honest there. And number two, history has shown that when wages grow, demand for goods and services usually grows. I mean, we have seen this time and time again in American history, and I have said this in numerous videos. Just because businesses have more resources or they have more product, this is known as supply side economics, does not, and it has not, and it never will translate into wage growth, job growth, and so on. It just doesn't work that way. But let's continue.
Instead of concentrating on raising the floor for low-skilled jobs, we should be focusing on helping people get the skills to raise the ceiling of what people can make. The real fight should be for true middle-class jobs that earn $50,000 or more a year, what we call the fight for 50. These jobs allow people to save more money and better support their families. There are going to be 2.5 million of these middle-skilled job openings next year. These career opportunities require more than a high school degree, but less than a 4-year college degree, boasting an average salary of $50,000 per year. These jobs include automotive technicians, nurses, and plumbers, while entry-level employees don't have the necessary skills.
Here's the thing about that. Whenever Republicans are in power, they cut things like education funding. So if somebody wanted to, say, go get a technical degree in automotive technician, for example, they can't afford it because the resources that were once there that would have helped this student go and pursue such a degree have been either significantly reduced or outright eliminated, just because Republicans want to give rich people tax breaks.
To succeed right away in higher paying roles, they often learn them quickly. One of our most famous politicians started out by scooping ice cream at a Baskin-Robbins and made it all the way to the Oval Office in the White House. In other words, the entry-level wage should be thought of as a training wage, which employees with few skills can use to prepare for a $50,000 a year or more career.
See, that's how you know Prager does not live in reality, and he just or they live in a bubble. Like I said earlier, in this economy and in this day and age, a job that would have in the past been considered a quote-unquote training job, like they just said, or an entry-level job, today in this day and age, it's not considered that. It's considered a job. You know, a job where people pay rent on, they pay their car payment on, they pay their bills on. In some cases, people raise families on. It's, you know, Prager, he's just not being realistic. But, you know, this is unusual for these guys.
Let's raise wages by putting Americans back to work and fighting for $50,000.
To subscribe.
Yeah, I have no issues with fighting for a $50,000 minimum wage. You know, in fact, I support that. However, the people on the right and the conservatives are not serious about that. You know, they talk a big game, but when it comes to putting their words into action, they're MIA. You know, and we have seen this time and time again that whenever Republicans are in charge, they chip away at programs, you know, like education funding, for example, programs that are within the Department of Education that is designed to uplift people out of poverty by funding training programs such as becoming an electrician, an automotive tech, or so on, like middle class jobs. The Republicans defund those programs just so they can give their rich donors tax breaks. Anywho, though, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.